Did the brothers Grimm accidentally include gay fairy tales in their collection? The Soldier and the Peasant is a tale about a man who risks his life to save his neighbor's soul, and he's rewarded for his bravery not only with riches, but with companionship. It is one of 10 queer folk tales in this incredible new book, Tales from Beyond the Rainbow, 10 LGBTQ fairy tales proudly reclaimed by my friend Pete Geordie Wood. Puffin Books UK gifted me with a copy as well as an extra one as a giveaway for my followers. Keep watching for a sneak peek. Long ago, back in the days when it was still useful to wish for a thing, a rich landowner had a rude awakening. See, he'd been living the Scrooge McDuck life, counting coins for fun and ignoring the people around him who could have used an ounce of the wealth he was hoarding. But one day, toward the end of his life, he had a visitor. His own dang conscience. "Look at you, sitting upon piles of gold, acres of land with your name on it, and what have you done with it all?" Nothing charitable, that's for sure. You have ignored every beggar and pushed away every child in need. That served you well enough in this world, but who do you think is going to be following the Grim Reaper when it's your day to go? God? I don't think so, buddy. You're headed straight to hell, and guess what? You can't take that money with you. I've made a huge mistake. Lucky for this jerk, opportunity was going to come knocking in the form of his neighbor, Lucas. Lucas was a widower and father to 6 children. He'd never been particularly privileged, but right now he was in an especially bad position. He had no idea where he was going to find his kids' next meal. He had never asked his neighbor for help before, knowing what kind of a man that guy was, but desperate times were calling for desperate measures. The door! How can I help you? Hello, sir. I am very sorry to bother you, but my family is starving and I need some assistance. Corn! I have corn! Please, take 2 sackfuls of it. Whoa, this is, much more than I planned to ask for. It's fine. I'm happy to help. Do you think you could do me a small favor in return? Certainly, sir. The day I die, would you spend that night and the next 2 guarding my grave? That's morbid, but I cannot afford to say no. Please don't forget, my soul depends on it. Ugh. Lucas was overwhelmed with the generous donation of food which would feed his family for many nights. 3 days later, Lucas was shocked to learn of the landowner's death. He asked around for info, but no one seemed to care much what had happened. The rich man's sad legacy proved further when Lucas was the only person to show for his funeral. He brought a small bag of goods to watch over the grave that night. It was quiet in the graveyard, but for the rustling of rodents and the hooting of owls. The first night passed without event, but the third night felt different. There was something in the air that raised the hair on Lucas's arms and quickened his breath. He started when a twig snapped and a stranger stepped from the darkness. Who goes there? Just a soldier, looking for a place to sleep. Before Lucas stood a man who had been through it. He had a long scar down one cheek. He wore a bedraggled cloak and well-trod boots. Lucas, who also wasn't draped in silk or particularly well-bathed himself, wasn't put off by this. Plus, I like to imagine that this is a very Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn situation. Yeah, he's dirty and he needs a little dental work, but I'm willing to overlook those things for handsome, brave, and strong reasons. You won't find a quieter bed in the village than the graveyard, though it is a little spooky. I've seen far worse than spooks and specters in my life. You are a lot braver than I am. In fact, if you're not that tired, I'd love some company. I agreed to watch over this man's grave until sunrise. The past couple of nights haven't been bad, but this evening is not passing the vibe check. I've got a lot of experience keeping watch. I'm happy to help. My name's Wolf. Wolf? I mean, come on, could it get any hotter than that? The two passed the time together quite pleasantly. The soldier told Lucas about his time on the road and the horrors of war. Lucas opened up about struggling to feed his family and how the time passed when you just had to work and work and work to stay alive. Each man was a soft shoulder for the other, so to speak. As time passed, they settled into a comfortable silence, resting hand in hand on the rich man's gravestone as the moon passed through the sky. Suddenly, their quiet comfort was interrupted by an ear-piercing whistle. The shadows before them threaded together into the looming figure of the devil. Sorry to break up this little cuddle party, but I'm here for the guy you're popping a squat on. I don't take orders from you. We'll be here until sunrise, so you can turn that little forked tail and head home. Well, what if I wring your little mortal necks? I don't think you will. Oh, we got a brave one. Okay, well, obviously you two have seen the inside of a poorhouse, so, would a little coin sweeten the deal? What good is one measly coin purse for 2 men? You're gonna have to do better than that. You're crazy if you think I go around carrying more cash than this. It is a terrible neighborhood. And I should know because I created all the inequality and strife that led to that, so... Enough to fill my boot or no deal. The devil scowled, but he sunk beneath the ground to get more money. You're great. You know that? But what do we do when he comes back with more? We do this. The soldier took off his boot and cut the sole off of it. Then he felt around for a nearby hole. When he found one that he could reach an arm down and not feel the bottom, he seemed satisfied. He propped his bottomless boot over the hole, and they waited. When the devil returned with more coins and poured them into the boot appeared to remain empty. The devil went away again, and returned with a large sack full of coins that he had to prop on one shoulder. But still the boot wouldn't fill. A third time the devil returned, dragging a sack of coins as big as he was. And still it wouldn't fill up the boot. You tricked me. And for that, you will pay with your lives. Is that the sun I see peeking over the horizon? Ah, crud! The devil fled the scene, knowing his time was up. Wolf and Lucas embraced, and wondered for a moment what was next. I suppose we should divide these riches between us? Oh, I can't carry all that. I'm sure you know someone who could use it more than I can. Well, why worry about carrying it when you could have a home here with me? My family and I can make the room, and there's enough cash here to live on and then some. I sure could use the companionship. Lock that man down, Lucas. And so, Wolf and Lucas raised a family together, took care of each other, and took care of their community. For more perfectly lovely folk tales about queer people living their lives, finding each other, and saving the day, make sure to order your own copy of Tales from Beyond the Rainbow. If you'd like a chance to win a copy, please enter my drawing by liking this post and leaving a comment telling me what you would bring to a sleepover in a graveyard. I'm sorry, international friends, this is a US-only giveaway. But don't feel like you gotta wait around for me. You can get your own copy now through Amazon.uk or go to Puffin's website to see where else you can get the book. I'll pick a winner on Friday, June 23rd.